Dolphins fans, welcome in to this edition of the Dolphins Today Mailbag. I am Will Scott. This is a Christmas Eve edition of the Dolphins Today Mailbag. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and hopefully you're able to have a wonderful time with your family. I think all we want for Christmas is a Dolphins win against the Packers. Winland Witt, what's up? Any chance of getting San Francisco 49ers linebacker coach Johnny Holland for Miami Dolphins OC? I mean, that's very interesting that you bring that up. Obviously, there's a lot of ties between the Niners and the Dolphins, the biggest one being that Mike McDaniel coached there. So I'm sure Holland's going to be a candidate for that reason. Now, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my Josh Boyer replacements video. That went out a few days ago. The link to that is going to be in the comments in the description of this as well. But he was not top 5 on my list. I had Matt House, the LSU DC, on there. I had Jim Leonard, the Wisconsin interim head coach and DC, on there. I had Sam Madison on there. A lot of y'all like that idea, promoting Sam Madison, the Dolphins legend that is currently the cornerbacks coach. Number 1 on my list, though, was Vic Fangio, who's been a great DC throughout his career, formerly the head coach in Denver as well. Redneck, what's up? I think if the Dolphins can establish the ground game, we come out with the W. You know, you saw Raheem Mostert have the best game we've seen from a Dolphins running back in a long, long time against the Bills. Went for 136 yards, 8 yards per carry. So if they can get him going again, maybe Jeff Wilson will play as well. That would be huge. Chad Jones, what's up? Super Chat MVP right there. I heard Channing Tindall is not playing because he doesn't know the playbook, and Tua should have made the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I definitely agree. Tua should have been a Pro Bowler. It's really weird that Ezukanma and Tindall, the 2 rookies we were most excited about, really haven't seen him. And Indicator Kohu was a UDFA, obviously, is the rookie of the year for the Dolphins. So, yeah, I don't know why Tindall's not playing. I haven't heard that, Chad, but you might be onto something. Who knows? Colton Barlow. Did you see that Gronk might come out of retirement? Should the Dolphins sign him? So, yeah, Gronk tweeted out yesterday that he's bored, and a lot of people are freaking out about that. Here was the tweet saying, I'm kind of bored. Is Gronk coming out of retirement? I mean, look, if he comes out of retirement, he's going to go back to Tampa Bay and play for Tom Brady. But Miami would be a lot of fun, and if Gronk were to come to the Dolphins and say, hey, I'm interested in playing for y'all, I think they might sign him because Gesicki hasn't been used. You don't really have a standout tight end right now. Smythe has been solid, but Gesicki just has 1 reception in his last 4 games, and Miami would certainly be an attractive destination for Gronk if he wants to come out of retirement. Let's say Gronk comes out of retirement and says, I want to win a Super Bowl. I want to come out of retirement, but I want to be on a contender. The Buccaneers are probably going to make the playoffs, but I wouldn't call them a contender. The Dolphins have a better shot to win it all. Type S for sign or type P for pass. Do you want to bring in Gronk? S for sign, P for pass. This is the pinned comment on today's video, so reply to it when you get a second. Trey Harderson, appreciate you watching, my friend. Who do you think was a bigger Pro Bowl snub, Wilkins or Holland? Definitely Wilkins. Holland has had a great season. Jevon is our guy, but Wilkins deserved to be a Pro Bowler. I mean, did these voters? I mean, I don't understand the disrespect for some of these Dolphins. I mean, Christian Wilkins has been a menace all year. He should have been in. Lucas Wilder, how will this season be viewed as a success? Playoffs win out, win a game or more. As a 35-year fan, need to win at least 1 game. Lucas, I am 100% with you. If the Dolphins make the playoffs, I wouldn't call the season a failure if they lose their first playoff game, but to win a playoff game for the first time in 2 decades, that would be a huge milestone for this football team, and I think it would absolutely make this season a big success. They really got to get the 5 seed, I feel like. If they get the 5 seed, play a team like Jacksonville or Tennessee in the wild card round, I think they would definitely win that, maybe go to Buffalo and get a rematch with the Bills. Want to tell you about our sponsor, Rocket Money. Are you tired of wasting money on subscriptions? 80% of people have subscriptions they forget about. I am one of those people. Maybe for you, it's an unused Amazon Prime account or a Hulu account that never gets streamed. So there's this great app that I use that helps me keep track of all my expenses. And because of it, I no longer waste money on subscriptions I don't even use. You might have heard of it. It's called Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. The app shows all your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't know you were paying for. You may even find out you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel one, all you got to do is press cancel. They will take care of the rest. Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/DolphinsChat to download the app. rocketmoney.com/DolphinsChat. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. John Ruiz, what's up, man? The comments king here on Dolphins Today. I love John. I love John, producer Jack, because he'd be a great GM. He'd be the most aggressive GM in football. Trade for Saquon Barkley, Kareem Hunt, Josh Jacobs, Taylor Moton, Jesse Bates, Dalton Schultz, Orlando Brown, Tevin Jenkins, Odell Beckham Jr., some linebackers, and hire Vic Fangio. And if you do that, and when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl. I mean, look, if all of those things happen, the Dolphins are 100% winning the next 5 Super Bowls. They'd have Saquon. They'd have Kareem Hunt. Josh Jacobs, Taylor Moton could be your starting right tackle. Jesse Bates, starting safety. Dalton Schultz, your starting tight end. Orlando Brown. Is Orlando Brown going to be your backup swing tackle? I mean, my goodness, this is aggressive. People in the comments saying they like this, John. Here's the most realistic. I think they're going to make a run at Saquon this offseason. I really do. Kareem Hunt, maybe. Josh Jacobs, maybe. Jesse Bates, I don't think so. Dalton Schultz, yeah. I think that's a very strong possibility. OBJ, probably not, even though I'd be thrilled if they signed him right now just for the heck of it. Vic Fangio, yeah, that's a very strong name, number 1 on my Josh Boyer replacements list. Saquon would be a lot of fun. We've been talking about him here on Dolphins Today. Joshy, what's up? Trade Byron and X for draft picks and cut Mike Gesicki, and then draft or sign a corner, maybe a running back. Yeah, Byron Jones is not going to be back with the Dolphins. I'd be pretty surprised. X is too expensive to trade, honestly, man, so I don't think it's going to happen. But, yeah, I do expect them to target some corners here in this draft. I think that's very, very possible. Luke Vantanen. Tua should have been a Pro Bowler, no question. And if Miami loses this week, what are the playoff chances? They got to go 2-1, Luke. So if they lose this week, they'll probably be on the outside looking in, having to beat both New England and the Jets to get in. If they win this week, they're going to be in fantastic shape. Only have to win one of their last 2, which they should beat the Jets. They probably should beat the Patriots as well. They should win out. Right now, they have I believe, a 61% chance to make the playoffs. If they lose this week, that number will probably go down to closer to 50%. Cole Standy, do you think the Chubb trade was a mistake? He's been a little bit disappointing, but I think it's too early to call that trade a mistake. Here's what he's done with the Dolphins compared to what he did with the Broncos. 2.5 sacks with the Dolphins, 5.5 sacks with the Broncos. Obviously played a few more games with the Broncos, but he's been okay. I mean, he hasn't been the game wrecker that we might have been expecting him to be. Here was the trade. Dolphins receive Bradley Chubb and a 5th-round pick. Broncos get Chase Edmonds. That was a good throw-in. A 1st-round pick and a 4th-round pick. So giving up a 1st-round pick was tough, especially when now you don't have a 1st-round pick. You come into the season with 2 first-rounders. You're going to exit this season with none. So, yeah, that was tough. But it's too early to say if the trade was a mistake. Will the Dolphins regret the Bradley Chubb trade? Y for yes, N for no, down in the comment section. Go down and let me know what you think. Donnie Butler, what's up? Do you think the Dolphins can beat the Bills and the Chiefs? Yeah, I think they can beat any team in the league. And if you watched our show yesterday, you saw Stephen A. Smith, who's been very critical of this team, saying they can beat anybody in the league, and that Buffalo game proved that to people. So, yeah, we lost in Buffalo, but to go in there in the snow, outplay Buffalo, arguably the best team in the league, that was a statement. So, yeah, I think they can beat the Bills and the Chiefs, but I think the Dolphins' easiest path would be getting the 5 seed, playing the Jaguars or the Titans in the wild card round, and then the Bills or the Chiefs in the divisional round. Batman, Will Ced Wilson be a Dolphin next year? Whoo, that is a really good question, Batman. No, I don't think he will be. He signed, I believe, a 2-year deal, but he's definitely a trade candidate next season. Karan, what can possible contract comparisons look like for JP, Waddle, and Jevon? I don't think that we're going to see them get extended this season because they're going to be going into their third year. Their fifth-year options are going to be picked up. Well, Jevon's a second-round pick, so JP and Waddle, yeah, their fifth-year options will be picked up. Waddle, it's going to be expensive to keep Waddle for sure. JP, I believe, will be one of the highest-paid linebackers in the league. Jevon's probably going to be a top 5 highest-paid safety in the league. To keep Waddle, I'd say you're probably going to have to pay him probably $23-24 million per year at least. Darren, we have used Mike Gesicki sparingly this season. Do you think we'll move on from him after this season? If so, who will replace him? Yeah, I think we'll move on. They really like Durham Smythe. Maybe Durham Smythe. Maybe Hunter Long. Maybe Tanner Connor. We haven't seen a whole lot of Long and Connor this season. If you're talking about a free agent to watch, that would be Dalton Schultz, who I'd be pretty surprised if he's back with Dallas. Trey Harderson, thoughts on going out and getting Saquon in free agency? I love the idea. We definitely need to bring a running back in. I know Mostert's been pretty good. I know Jeff Wilson's been pretty good. But to get somebody like Saquon to compare to I should say, to put with some of the other weapons that Tua has, that would be deadly for this offense.